Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. This is my Shop My Stash for July. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today I'm going to be showing you my Shop My Stash for July. I'll be doing some mini reviews for the things that were in here for June, and then select some new products to test out or go back to old favorites for July. So this is the main event that I'm going to talk you through at first, and then we'll get to lips, and then we'll go into the drawer, and then I'll show you what palettes I will be using. So first things first. She's gone, the Glossier Futuredew. As I had predicted last month, I would be hopefully using this up in June, and I most certainly did. So the Glossier Futuredew is all gone, and I've been replacing it with this, the Kosas Glow Ivy. A pretty similar product, but this does have some level of coverage. And when I first started using it, I was like, do I like that? But I have found that these two are a match made in heaven. These two look really pretty together. The Lisa Eldridge skin tint is incredibly sheer. I did really enjoy it. And the Kosas Glow IV is just giving it that little bit of extra oomph. This does make you look super shiny. So if you don't look like a shiny look, it's not even a subtle shine. It's disco ball level. If you don't like that kind of look, you may not like this, but my dry skin loves this stuff. And together with the Lisa Eldridge, it's been a match made in heaven. So part of me wants to keep the Lisa Eldridge in. I really don't have that many other things to try. And because this is such a lovely combo, I think I want to keep it in. I'm still using my Armani Luminous Silk, of course. Haven't used it as much. I actually found it a little bit too yellow all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. It seemed to be a better match for me until like March, April time, and now it's actually not looking the best. So I think I want to put this back into my drawer just to protect it from the sunlight, because I do keep this on top of my vanity to remind myself that I just need to use this. But I think I'll just stick it back in because there's actually another Armani product that I would like to try out. Well, try out. It's an old favorite. And then of course we have my little Pretty Fresh setting spray from ColourPop. This is about halfway gone. It's fine. I still love this. I have 3 of these in backup, and I'm just gonna keep using this until it's gone. My NYX eyeshadow primer. I think this is actually starting to run low because it's getting harder and harder to get product out. This is why I prefer squeezy tube eyeshadow primers over this style with a doe foot. I mean, it's fine, but there's just less and less product on the doe foot every time. And to get the desired effect that I needed to have, it's not the best for that reason. My MAC Paint Pot in Painterly and the little eyeshadow that I use with it. I keep trying to show you this, but there's such a big dent in this eyeshadow. I don't think you can see it here. But when I go into it with a brush, like I keep thinking, oh, today I'll hit pan on it for sure. That's how far down I am. Brow products, still going strong. Those are going to last me another month just fine. It's the Essence Make Me Brow and the Soap & Glory Archery Brow Pencil. I feel like my black mascara is actually a little bit dead, but I think for now I don't want to switch this out yet because I will be traveling in a couple of weeks. And I'm going to Japan, and it's going to be super warm there. So for most of my July Shop My Stash, I don't think I need any new mascara because the brown ones are still good to go. So I think I want to take those with me traveling because those are still fine. And I probably won't be wearing a lot of makeup while I'm there because it is going to be so warm. I actually think I'm going to prioritize applying sunscreen over wearing makeup. So just some brown mascara I think is going to be fine. So this is going to stay the same. And then I have my powders and blush, bronzer, highlighters. I decided to go for these, and they were so pretty for right now. This was exactly what I needed. These are all by Nabla. They are the Skin Glazing powders. The bronzer is in Ambra. I do apologize if that's loud. Look at how gross this looks. But that's how often I've used it. This is a gel to powder formula. It's really beautiful, and I really enjoyed the look of this bronzer. Lola is the blush shade that I'm using. This is really pretty as well. And then the Privilege highlighter. I love all 3 of these, and they go really well together. But I also went for an all cream moment, and I used the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Skin Enhancer in the shade Light. I thought, again, I could hit pan on this, but I was using my Ambra bronzer so much, but you can see the dent in there. I used that a ton. And then I also used my RMS Beauty Living Luminizer because I love this little thing for this time of the year. It's so emollient and glowy. It's really pretty. More cream products then. I used a new blush as well. This is the Merit Flush Bomb. This is really pretty on, but I feel it's a little bit overhyped, so I didn't love that too much. And then this is the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil in Perfect Pink, and this is really pretty. And then I also used the Mina No Rules stick for a cream blush. And this looks super intense. If you warm it up with your fingers, it works a little bit better. It can be a little bit tuggy if you don't warm it up at first. Powder, I still have my Kosas Cloud Set in. I'm going to be taking my Hourglass Mini with me for travel, but you can see how much I've used this. There's actually a little crater that is like, can you see that? You can see there's like this big dent in the middle because I got hard pan super easily. So I've been digging inside that hard pan, but it's actually now starting to disappear, so I think that's good. And then I have my Tower 28 Swipe On concealer in shade CC. Part of me wants to keep using it, but you can start, like, it's really minimal because it's been laying in the drawer. It's a very creamy concealer, so I feel it just kind of spreads out, but I'm thinking this is actually on its last leg, so I think I want to keep it in. Not sure if I'm going to travel with it, but I'm definitely going to keep it in for the summer to see how much progress I can make on this. That was everything that was in this drawer, so something I've used up, made some good progress on some other bits. Time for lips. Time for lips, and it's so full, this thing. I wore a lot of different lip products. I wore my Glossier TheBalm.com in Wild Fig. This is really pretty on. It's very nourishing and hydrating. It just gets really gross really easily. But then you get an idea of the shade. Something I've been testing out is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Stick with the shimmer formula in Fussy. This is really beautiful on. I actually wore it in some videos that I filmed to go live this week for this channel and my second channel, and I'm really enjoying this. It's very balmy, very liquidy, but it does dry down, and it feels very comfortable on the lips, and it has a lot of shine. And then my little Fui guys, I finally got around to reviewing. I finally got around to testing these out, so you can expect a review for these really soon. These are the 3D voluming glosses in Currant in the 70 and the 30%, and Scotch in the 30%. So this gloss formula actually comes in 2 levels of opacity. If you want to go for something sheer, you go for the 30%. If you want something more opaque, you go for the 70%. This is a really comfortable formula. It's a little bit on the sticky side, but it does just work. It just gets the job done. These are now some of my favorite glosses as well. Speaking of favorite glosses, I managed to keep them upright for you so you can see my progress on the Tower 28 Milky Glosses in Pistachio and Sesame. As you can see, Pistachio is the furthest down. It's halfway down the W, and the Tower 28 is just below the O. It's my aim to try and use these up before the end of the year. Then I wore my Catrice lipstick in Casually Overdressed because if it's summer and I want to go for something bright and colorful, this has become my go-to. I don't know why, but it has been. And then the YSL Love Shine in 203. I reviewed it, I think, in March or a little earlier this year. It's a lipstick I bought last year with points that I had, and it's really pretty on. I really like the formula of that. So the YSL is super comfortable on, and I was really liking that shade. This is the Roman Juicy Lasting Tint in Odd Grape. This is one of those liquid tints type of thing. It's a really pretty cool tone and just a good neutral for me all around. And I love a good lip tint, especially in the summertime, because these do not budge and they don't slide around or go anywhere if it's really hot. Then where would we be without MAC's Twig? Now that I've rediscovered my MAC lipsticks, I've been really digging wearing a lot of these lipsticks again, and Twig is such a good favorite of mine. And then we have Sassy Mauve and Laid Back Lilac from Revlon, because where would we be without these two? I have been going on a massive kick with my Revlon lipsticks. This is Laid Back Lilac, and here we have Sassy Mauve. These are the super lustrous lipsticks in the cream formula. I like both of them, but they do have a different effect on the lips. So let's select some new products to fill out this drawer again. And here we have the rest of the drawer, so I need to select a couple of things that I would like to put into the drawer. And this is something I tried using up last year. This is the Giorgio Armani Neo Nude True to Skin foundation. It's in shade 1.5. I'm really close. I'm actually below this line, so I think if I soldier on with this in July, I might actually make it and use it up. Bronzer wise, I think I want to go in with my Radiant Touch bronzer from Kiko. This is more of a summer shade for me. And I think I want to go in with Power Boost from Rare Beauty. That's a really nice one as well. Mine looks gross, that's why I'm not opening it up. Concealer, I'm still good to go. I think I'm just going to stick to my Tower 28. And then for highlighter, I think I want to use this Kiko highlighter. That's a really pretty liquidy one. So I think I'm just going to go in with like a little Kiko family here with the powders. This is the Ultimate Glow Highlighter in shade 02. For blush, I want to do these 4 things. We have the Cheek Lover Glow Infused Blush from Catrice. This is in Blooming Hibiscus. I think that will be really pretty with the powder blushes from Kiko. But because I want to be able to do a full like Kiko cheek, I thought it would be fun to do the So Chic Trio blush from Kiko. This is in shade 4. And this is a liquid blush actually. Thought that would be fun to play with. It's a little bit deeper. And then for a cool tone moment, I wanted to go in with Fenty Beauty's What a Brat, which is this shade right there. And then the Hourglass blush in Diffused Heat. This is a summer staple for me, so needed to use that again. Only the Kiko blush and the Fenty Beauty blush are new to me products. Those are things I can then review over the next couple of weeks. But we'll see how far we get with that. I actually have other products I still need to post about, so I should be fine. I think, is that it then? I think that's it for filling out the drawer again. And I just need to show you what eyeshadow palettes I will be testing out. So that is the drawer all filled out. I am going to be putting this and this back on top, also that I have a little bit more space. But this way, I think I have all the products I need to do a full face makeup look again. So this Shop My Stash, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it the same for August as well. Maybe just the new in bits if I don't manage to review those before I go on vacation. But yeah, if I do, because a lot of these are old favorites, so I already know what they're going to do for me. So I don't feel too terrible if I switch them out after only using them a few times. I'm going to be taking a very pared down travel makeup bag for my Japan trip. Because I want to do some shopping while I'm there. I just know I do. I just want to see what they have on offer and what beauty brands I can find there. So that's really exciting for me. But I also just won't have that much time to test things out. So that's why I only stuck to the 2 blushes, and that's about it. Let me show you the eyeshadow palettes. So because I will be traveling, I know I probably won't have any time to do a palette review for July. And I won't have time to go back to older palettes as well for July. I hope to be able to go back to older palettes in August. But I was like, you know what would be fun for August, because August is going to be eyeshadow palette month again on the channel, is to just do an extra large edition of an eyeshadow palette review. And I now have gathered not 1, not 2, but 9 eyeshadow palettes I still need to do looks with. So some of these I can test out before I go on vacation. Others I will be testing out when I get home. I don't like to travel with new makeup because I don't want anything to break. I tend to just take things with me that I know will be able to last some time in a suitcase. But I was sent this NPR by Flower Nose. This is the Strawberry Cupid. I did a quick little look with 2 of the shades and a single that they sent me, but I have yet to try the entire palette. So I still want to do that for you. So that's going to be in my August eyeshadow palette review. If you stay tuned, then you will see that I just got these 4. Let me put them all the right way around. I got these 4 Viseart palettes in June. They had a Memorial Day sale on, and I went a little ham. So this is the Cool Matte, Petite Matte Cool Original, which I didn't know they even had. But this is something I will be testing out. Here's what that palette looks like. And you might be wondering, Micah, didn't you declutter the original Petite Cool Mattes? I did, but apparently there are two versions. This used to come in the big black packaging with the clear lid, and they've made it into the small palette as well. And I think I like this color story better. This is the reason why I wanted to place the order, because this is the Lilas palette that was limited edition for Christmas. And they brought it back, and they had it in stock. They didn't have the Praline one, which is still low-key on a wish list now, but that's fine. This is the Paris Rêverie Étendue with these pretty purples. This shade sadly came cracked, but guess what? I sent them a picture saying like, hey, my shade cracked, and they sent me a new one free of charge. That's good customer service. I was able to repress it though. And here is, I think now that I've swatched them, this may be my favorite new Viseart palette. This is the Cyrenus. So those are those 4 Viseart palettes. I will be testing those things out. You already saw in June that I was sending these palettes in PR for MONOLITH. I'm keeping this plastic on because this Glaminatrix palette is actually a sort of soft, foamy, rubberized thing, and I'm afraid it's going to get really messy when I use the palette. But this is the new edition of the Nearly Natural by Glaminatrix. And then the new edition of the Glaminatrix Smoky Glam. I still own the first edition of this. The Nearly Naturals first edition I used to own as well. That I decluttered. But I still have some of my favorite shimmers from that palette in my singles collection. So part of that review, I think I do want to do some sort of comparison to the old Nearly Natural and the old Smoky Glam. And then MONOLITH already sent me new PR as well. So this will be in my next haul as well. You can see that on Thursday. This is the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Timeless Tones, which is their cool tone palette, and then the Ocean Jewel. These were also sent to me by MONOLITH. Look at that gorgeous blue, green, purple color story. Of course, I had to test that out as well. So those are going to be the palettes I will be playing with all summer. And then I really hope you enjoyed watching this Shop My Stash today. These are just some bits I wanted to go back to and things I want to try out. And if you stay tuned, then you will see these products coming up in other content as well. Some of these are going to get dedicated blog posts. Others are going to show up in other videos. So it's a whole big party on here. So if you'd like to stay tuned for more, and then hope to see you again really, really soon in a new video. Bye-bye.